Hello, today we're looking at proportion and in particular looking at the proportion of things as a whole. Now we've already looked at fractions, we've already looked at ratios this unit, but now we're looking at proportion. Now essentially the biggest difference between ratio and proportion is that ratio is describing each part, whereas proportion is comparing it to the whole. Let's take a look at an example. In my fruit bowl, I have 3 kiwi fruits and I have 2, when I can get them picked out, Satsumas. Okay? Now, if I was to take this as a ratio of kiwi fruits to Satsumas, I would say that the ratio is 3 to 2. Where 3 is the number of kiwi fruits and 2 is the number of Satsumas. Okay, there we go. 3 to 2. Okay, so we're quite happy with that ratio. We've been looking at it last week and this week. However, if I was to take it as a proportion, what I need to do is I need to find out the whole number of fruit. And we write this as a fraction where the numerator is what we want. So if I want the proportion of kiwi fruits, it would be 3. How much is that whole? Well, how many different fruits do I have in total? 5. So the proportion of kiwi fruits is 3 to 5. Let's recap that again. As a ratio, it is classed as 3 to 2. 3 kiwi fruits for 2 Satsumas. However, if we want to describe it as proportion, we need to describe it comparing it to the whole number. How many we've got in total? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. 1, 2, 3 of which are kiwi fruits. So we would describe the proportion of kiwi fruits to the whole lot is 3/5. Okay, let's look at another one. I have 4 red houses and 2 blue houses. I want to know the proportion of blue houses. Okay, well, like I've said, I know we've got 4 red and 2 blue. Hold on, I'm just seeing if that's coming through clearly on the font. It's not, bear with me. I'm just going to switch my, there we go, put my light on, that maybe make it a bit clearer. So just to recap, we've got 4 red and 2 blue. Therefore, the total number of houses is obviously 6. Now, if I want to know the proportion of red, we have 4 red out of... Start again, Mrs. Patmore. We have 4 red out of 6. If I want to know the proportion of blue, we have 2 blue out of... I've gone to do it again. Out of the 6. Therefore, we need to think about proportion as part of the whole. But if we look at this, we notice that 4/6 can also be written as 2/3. 2/6 can also be written as 1/3. So again, using your knowledge, you can reduce this down. Okay, your turn to do one. This time we have 1, 2, 3 yellow houses, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's just gone slightly out of camera shot. Bring that back in. 4 red houses. Work out how many yellow houses you have, how many red houses you have. Move that over just a little bit more so it's a bit clearer. And then I want you to find the proportion of yellow and the proportion of red. Pause the video while you do this. Well, obviously we have 3 yellow, we have 4 red. So the total we have is 7. So the proportion of yellow is 3 over 7. The proportion of red is 4 over 7. So the proportion is what part we're looking for compared to the whole, what part we're looking for compared to the whole. Now obviously this could be from a table, it could be a practical, it all varies from question to question. Now, likewise, we can use it to work out proportion using percentages. Going back to my original example of the 3 kiwi fruit and the 2 Satsumas. Now, like we said before, our proportion of kiwi fruit is 3/5. The proportion of Satsumas is 2/5. Why? Because we have 5 fruits in total. 3 of them are kiwi. We have 5 fruits in total. 2 of them are Satsumas, 2/5. Now, as always, we can turn these into percentages. Easiest way to do it is using your calculator. So I'm putting in 2/5. To turn from a fraction into a percentage, we multiply by 100 because it's percent per 100. Multiply it by 100 gives us 40%. Have a go at the kiwi fruits. Turn that 3/5 into a percentage. Pause the video, work it out, then come back and check your answer. So again, putting it into the fraction, 3/5 multiplied by 100 gives us 60%.